WackMatters is brought to you by Audible.com. If you go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial where you can test out Audible's awesome audiobook monthly subscription service. Make sure to go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters.
This is Toon In. I'm your host, Marcus, and this is my co-host.
You've come to the wrong channel. Run.
This is my co-host. You've come to the wrong channel. Run. It's a really odd name, but
he's holding me hostage here.
We're gonna lean into it. This is episode 11.
What have I done?
And the whole point of Toon In is to get families together. We're going to talk about some all-ages shows, talk about how they can introduce mature themes in a way that is interesting for adults, but also in such a way that children can enjoy and digest effectively. We are talking about Justice League Unlimited on Toon In right now. We started talking about Justice League Unlimited on episode 6, and we are working our way through the entire first season. If you don't want any spoilers for the season,
just go all the way back.
You're going to have to go back to episode 6.
Whew.
If you would like, you can hit that pause button, go jump and listen to all those, and come back to this one. Or if you don't really care about those spoilers, feel free to jump on now. Karsten, also, quick change to the format. We usually talk about 2 episodes. The way the episode's kind of laid out this time, we're talking about 1 this time.
Yep.
Because of a 2-parter thing for next week.
So we have more time to just goof off.
We're going to just kill a lot of time in this one.
Hey.
Just get ready for those good goofs.
Some of my best comedy is improvised stuff when I'm going off topic.
Hitting them with the no topic.
So this episode's called Wake the Dead.
Wake up the dead now. Make them roll in the graves now. That's a Family Force 5 song. For those uneducated ears out there.
Seemed kind of forced.
So dumb. Took me a second. Dang it.
Okay.
I'm getting sleepy. I'm sleeping on this show.
That's my secret, Marcus. I'm always sleepy. See? Killing time. Let's do this. So, Wake the Dead starts off in this bedroom. And there are these college students doing stupid college student things like that college students do in bedrooms. And they got the robes on, they got the arcane
summon a demon. That's the stupid college thing they were doing, summoning
Summon the demons to help them pass finals and finally take on those bullies.
Yeah, so freaking Finn Balor shows up and just goes ham, dude. So he comes out there and he's freaking demon kinged out. And he starts, doing the weird, tongue maneuver thing that he does. And he jumps into the ring. And he's like, hey, Cena, I'm coming for you. And then he jumps off the thing, freaking fireballs at him. And then Cena's like, Hadouken. And then, Brock Lesnar comes out.
And he just straight up Kamehamehas.
He does that. And then
John Cena just turns invisible and no one can
John Cena
find him.
freaking disappears and then
takes out everyone because he's John Cena.
And he's invisible, but then Brock Lesnar comes out again, and since he's just a big
Why are these guys coming out so much?
Since he's a big fat boy, he eats them. He cannibalizes them.
Weird flex, but okay. So these...
Wait! Hold on! Is the weird flex saying if you eat a human being as a power play? It's a weird flex, but okay. Can you imagine that as a power play, though? Hello, my name is Mr. Marcus Disney, and I'm here to... I have an upstart idea of a small mouse boy who does this thing. Before you listen to my presentation, and I just eat one of the freaking dudes listening, just munch him to death.
And that's how you go, I'm going to jail!
Well, hiya, folks. I'm Mickey here. The reason that I was created by Walt Disney is because his brother... Marcus Disney freaking ate a human being during the pitch.
Were you planning that? Were you planning that the entire time? Or were you just kind of going for it?
No, just...
Okay.
Well, you said we we talked about summoning a demon, and then there's a
So you're saying that Walt Disney got all of his fame and fortune because he summoned a demon,
no,
and that's where Mickey came from.
You said summoning a demon. And there's a wrestler.
A wrestler?
There's a wrestle boy named Finn Balor, who his gimmick is that sometimes he comes out and he's like this weird demon makeup on, and he goes as the Demon King. And, like, he's never lost a match as the demon. Like, he's possessed, kind of, is the gimmick behind it.
Sounds family-friendly.
So I was making a joke about they summoned Finn Balor to fight bullies.
Oh, I thought that was like I thought that demon that they were summoning was an actual character and had a name that you knew who he was and stuff like that. That's why I was going for it at first.
No, and then we talked about wrestling.
And then you got into the cannibalization.
And then I made a joke about freaking Brock Lesnar being a big boy.
I was not referring to the move. I was more referring to the entirety of that bunny trail.
No, I kind of just wonged it. And then you said weird flex, but okay. And then I was like, hold on. What's the weird flex, but okay? Eating a human being as power plays?
Sure, why not? Just the announcer's just like, well, some guy's dead. I'm pretty sure this guy committed murder. Weird flex, but okay.
Brock Lesnar asserts dominance over the entire
over the entire
WWE.
Just flips out that T-pose.
By freaking eating he cannibalizes John Cena in the ring. Huh? Weird flex, but okay. What are you talking about? Okay, no.
Call the police.
No, why did nobody stop him? There's so many big wrestle boys.
Because that's what gets views.
You gotta get views. Butts and seats.
What were we talking about?
Mouth and me. We were talking about Justice League Unlimited.
We haven't even talked about superheroes yet. We're just talking about cannibalizing and summoning demons.
Aren't wrestle boys superheroes if you think about it?
No, they're just actors.
You're just an actor. It's real, dummy.
You're right. I'm really just an NPC.
That'd be so sad. We're friends.
I'm scripted to be your friend. Don't cry.
But I thought we were just real life friends.
Nah. Okay. So these guys, they're trying to set up the this ritual and they're performing it and this demon's like showing up, but then all of a sudden this kid chickens out and he messes up the arcane lines and
freaking screws up the transmutation circle.
Pretty much. And the demon's just like, no, and withers away into nothing, and they accidentally summon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy, and then this episode is essentially kind of nonstop action for me.
Yeah, my notes is like 4 lines, because it's pretty much just, you can sum it up in 4 lines. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad episode. It's a good episode. That's just not a whole lot of different things happen.
So this episode, if you were a fan of Justice League, carries a little more weight. Eventually we'll go over Justice League and we'll talk about that show.
So why are we doing this out of order?
Because Justice League Unlimited is better.
Okay.
And it overall doesn't have that much bearing on the show. Essentially, needless to say, Hawkgirl screwed up in the past, and it was bad enough to where the Justice League, when it was just 7 members, when she was one of the founders, they took a vote to see if they're going to keep her in, and she chose to not even hear the results, and she was going to go kind of figure some things out on her own. Turns out she was with Dr. Fate that whole time, and that's why it was a big reveal. We talked about it a little bit earlier, like learning that. We talked about that in the episode about the android. I'm trying to remember what it was called, but I can't. It's not important. Anyway,
yeah, the one with Lex Luthor.
Yeah, Hawkgirl comes back, and she kind of meets the Justice League and joins the Justice League again. Like, the big moment is there was a love interest between Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl, or Shayera Hall, because she goes by her just real-life name in this season, not Hawkgirl, Shayera Hall. So the cool thing, like, the more story beats were more, not nuanced, but more relevant if you'd seen Justice League for this specific episode, because now there's a love triangle kind of thing. John has a little bit of feelings for Shayera, but he's also dating Vixen now, and he does like Vixen, and then there's a little bit of beef there, and it's
nifty.
Some fun play to see. But, like, yeah, overall, essentially, Grundy comes back, and Shaira has to kill Grundy with her magic mace because it disrupts magic because it's made out of nth metal.
Metal to the nth power.
Dumb.
Yes.
But it's hard for her because because she keeps saying he was our friend once. I think Grundy sacrifices himself kind of in an episode of Justice League.
You should know this.
I've seen Justice League Unlimited a lot of times. I've seen all of Justice League twice, I think. So I don't know it as well, but I believe there's an episode where Grundy sacrifices himself. But there's a lot of cool things in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
There's the part where Aquaman rides the Kraken out of the ocean to stop
Straight
a
up
bridge
just
from falling.
Cthulhu.
Dude, eat some Cthulhu crap, and it's sick as heck.
It is pretty legit.
It's a really cool thing.
He just rides that thing up and has it wrap all of his tentacles around all of the limbs of the bridge.
The pillars.
Yeah. Bridge limbs.
Pillars are just bridge limbs. Stupid.
Yes.
No. The animation's tight. The character development's tight. There's an ongoing gag throughout this season about how they think Jon Stewart's favorite movie being Old Yeller's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of a silly thing, and they that gag starts here, which is cool and neat. Vixen has cool powers.
Yeah.
You get to see Jon Stewart in
Civvy clothes.
civvy clothes, which I freaking love anytime they put them in civvy clothes.
Mm-hmm.
A big fan of all of that kind of stuff. Like, this overall, I took off my glasses. I was trying to see how long we were recording.
Nifty.
Crazy. This overall is not like that groundbreaking of an episode besides introducing Shaira into the mix.
No, but it is a fun episode to watch. It's kind of depressing ending, though.
Cool action scenes. It's like an emotional ending. Like, it is played well. Like, yeah. She has to go kill that guy and stuff.
And she's the only one that can.
It's good.
Yeah.
It works. And, like, there's not a lot to say about it, but also I would recommend it. It is a good episode. I wish there was more intricate parts to it.
You hesitated.
No, I was trying to think of a good way to say it. I wish there was just more intricacy to it to where we could talk about it longer to establish how cool I think this episode is.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is really good. I don't want to undersell it. But not
too late.
A lot happened. Yeah.
It's complicated. It's good. Not a lot of different things happen, but
not a lot happens.
Not a lot
like,
happens,
in general.
But what does happen
is super good.
Is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, no joke. Kids summon Grundy. They get into a giant fight with Grundy.
And then the entire episode is the fight with Grundy.
Hawk Girl comes out and has to help fight Grundy, and then joins the Justice League at the end. Like, she rejoins. The end. Like, that's straight up. Like, the whole episode's almost just a fight.
Yeah.
Which, like, is cool. It's all animated really well. But also, like, you can't... Because, like, there's emotion... Like, it's an emotional fight and things like that, and, like, we can't portray that without showing you the punches and kicks.
Yeah.
Or, I'm like, so then Hawk Girl does a cool dodge and hits... Yeah, no. So, really good episode.
Yeah.
Would recommend.
Yeah.
You know what else I would recommend?
Buying our t-shirts. We got sweaters now up on the...
Not sweaters. Sweaties.
Sweaties. Yeah, we got sweaties.
Dude.
We got those sweaties.
We got some sweaties.
Some of the sweatiest sweaties. And if you wear them, they might make you a little sweaty.
For our merch, we got those sweaties. We got t-shirts. You can go and buy those.
If you don't want any merchandise,
a good Christmas gift?
Yeah, a sweaty. You know what else makes a good Christmas gift? A hug. Please.
Just giving us dollars?
I'm lonely.
If you just want to give us some money, there's a merch link on... Not a merch
link. A merch link. Donate. If you want to give it... Well, I mean, yeah, buying our merch does give us money. But yeah, there's also a donate button. So if you just want to give us a couple dollars, yeah, you can just go ahead and drop some there.
Just kick us some money.
Another way you want to...
Go ahead.
Okay. So another way you can help us out, you can share the podcast or the channel. We post these to Facebook, Twitter. We make posts on Instagram whenever we upload a new episode. If you share those, get us more publicity.
Or even word of mouth.
Yeah, even word of mouth.
Freaking...
Just tell your friends about us.
Yeah, if you talk about us to your friends, like, no joke, one thing that me and Michael have talked about oftentimes that would be, like, the coolest thing in the whole world to us is if, like, we get a few listeners and, like, they say something like, oh, my friend told us, like, that people we don't even know, like, we never met them, and they're like, oh, no, our friend said something about they listened to this podcast they enjoyed and stuff, and, like, that's, like, really cool, like, if we are affecting people enough for you guys to be like, hey... So if you enjoyed this and you think it was fun and funny and you like the idea of this whole thing,
you go ahead and give us a 5-star rating on iTunes.
And tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friendos.
Tell your frenzies.
I mean, I tell all my friends. Just kidding.
All 9 of them.
Yeah, all 9 of them.
I told all 7
Actually,
of my friends.
That's about how many I have.
I don't have a lot of friends, but none of my friends listen. So I need you to get your friends to listen because my friends don't like me that much. Here's the deal. The friends that I have, Karsten, he's on a show with me. So
yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
That's the only friend I have. I can't even convince my girlfriend to listen to these.
That's just depressing.
I know. I cry about it every night. And daytime.
Sounds like you need a new girlfriend. Marcus's girlfriend, if you're listening, I'm officially breaking up with... Well, I'm doing it for him, I guess. I don't know. I'm making an executive decision.
Hey, do you want to word that more clunky, Karsten? Can you think of a more clunky way to get that bit across?
I is good English.
Dumb. Thanks for listening, guys. We need you to also do us just one more favor real quick. And that is to...
Tune in next time. You missed it.
No, you missed it. And that is to go subscribe to PewDiePie.
Oh, yeah.
T-Series is overtaking him on the YouTube.
On the subscription count.
And here's the thing.
Only you
I know
T-Series.
we don't do a whole lot. We don't pull the biggest numbers around here on the YouTube scene.
But every subscriber counts.
Everything we can do helps. We gotta help him fight that T-Series off. Just with some punches and kicks, dude. So if you could do us a favor and go do that. And then just one last favor. And that would be to...
Sub to PewDiePie.
You're the worst. Tune in next time. Dummy.
Baka.
Thanks for listening to the podcast that we produce here at WackMatters.com. Just in case you didn't know, we have a lot of different shows running right now. There's Life's What You Rate It, where me and my brother Mark rate everything on a scale from 1 to 10 that exists in the entire universe. Toon In, where Marcus and his friend Karsten talk about cartoons and their value for people of all ages. Of course, Whack Tracks, where me and a bunch of friends make commentary tracks for whatever shows or movies we might be into at the time. And our newest show on the network, The Music Matters, where my friend Trevor creates a discussion around all the matters relating to music. If you'd like to support the content we make here at WackMatters.com, please go to WackMatters.storeenvy.com and check out our merchandise section. We sell t-shirts right now, and there's more merchandise to come. Even if you don't want to buy a t-shirt, there is a donate button at WackMatters.com that you can use to support the content that we already make and to help fund creative ideas for the future. Additionally, this podcast is also brought to you by Audible.com. If you go to audibletrial.com/WackMatters, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial with Audible.com where you get to listen to a free audiobook of your choosing and can continue subscribing for an awesome audiobook content subscription. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/WackMatters. We love you all and hope you will continue checking out the content we make here at WackMatters.com. Have a great day.